Hey, and welcome to yet another special edition, this time for the band Angelshade and their new album Conspiracy. Conspiracy was released on digital last year, but have not been released on CD yet. Well, this July 8th, they are going to the Music Box in San Diego, California to have a release party where you can finally get the CD in your hand. Joining them this night is also gonna be Sled, Big Tooth Comb, and Mind Cell. So do not miss this. This is gonna be a party of a lifetime. We're gonna go through the whole album and we're gonna play all the tracks for you. But we also had a chance to talk to Brad Hanna, and we're gonna have a two-part interview in this show as well. I hope you enjoy it just as much as we do. And here is the first track out. Give it up for Television. television first track out in this Angelshade special edition. You can find the band online, of course, to learn a little bit more about them if you haven't heard them before. You can go to angelshade.net, which is their website. You can also find them on Facebook at facebook.com/angelshademusic. Now, Brad told me, he said, if you want these cats to play in your city, send them an email. Let them know so they know what to plan for. Send them an email to info@angelshade.net. Here is next track up. Here is The Leading Man. We are having a blast here today where we're doing the special edition for the band Angelshade and their new album Conspiracy. They are having a release party on July 8th at the Music Box in San Diego, California. Joining them on stage will be Sled, Big Tooth Comb, and Mindcell. Do not miss this. This will be a party of a lifetime. Like I said, this is a special edition. This is all about the new album Conspiracy. We're gonna play the whole album for you. And the next song out, here is The Crush.
Too much, like a sound of sound. I'm ever loving the thought. I'm hoping not to get caught. Said I'm wandering lonely, yeah. Said I'm wandering lost. I never wanted to care. Let the hate inside of me. My life becomes a bitter pill.
Crush, people. What a solid album. Just so good, so good. I cannot wait to play the whole album for you. But before we do so, we're going to listen to part one of the two-part interview that me and Marc Nicholson did with Brad Hanna. Are you ready? We are here today with the man himself from Angelshade, Mr. Brad Hanna. How you doing, Brad?
How you doing, Brad?
I am fantastic, guys. How are you guys today?
We're doing great.
Yeah, doing all right, man.
Great. Cool. Hey, I'd like to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to be on your to have an interview with you here and be on the local show. It's really an honor for Angelshade to be participating in this, and I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
we're
Thank you
glad
for your
to have
time
you.
too. We know y'all
Yeah.
busy.
So today we're gonna talk about the new album Conspiracy. You started the band back in 2009 as a project to
Yes.
kind of see if you could create a new sound in the San Diego area. What's the response been?
It's actually been very accepting. As any band, you have to go through your trials and earn your dues. I think we've created a sound in ourselves in Angelshade. We've discussed that internally as well with other people, and people go, you get asked the question as a band, well, who do you sound like?
Mm-hmm.
And we're proud to really say, there's influences you can hear,
Yeah.
but we're proud to say that we work really hard to have this original sound that we created, and so it's a hard question for me to ask. So in relation to the question you just asked, I think we have a great acceptance, and the music's well liked because of it, because it's different enough. It's some of the tones of the guitars and just lyrically, it's not in the norm.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go off on crazy tangents. We try to stay relevant with the music, but we have something different. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I think with the acceptance of this album now, and how it's being, the feedback, the email, the fan mail that we get from it, it shows that people are liking it, and liking whether it's the message or the music,
Mm-hmm. Now, the album was released October 2nd, 2021. No, 2020.
Yeah.
On digital. And
Yes,
you releasing it physically on July 8th. What's the
reason for the gap in between the?
Honestly, as an independent artist, when we looked into kind of branching out and becoming more, a commodity in the music market, we never solicited our music to any record labels, or we had people interested, labels contact us, and we were kind of like, we're kind of content in just making music. And as we started writing more, and our our catalog got larger, we're kind of going, wow, this stuff sounds pretty good. It would be nice to kind of put it out there on a larger scale with support from a record label. So we sent some demos out, and a few responses. We found that Rock Avenue Records USA fit the band the best. I really liked the way Lewis and Marianne over there conduct themselves. Yeah. So what we originally signed for a digital distribution deal, so physicals were not in the deal. So that's kind of where that first release came from. Mm-hmm. As time went in, pre-pandemic, we received a call from the record label saying, hey guys, we want to give you physical CDs. And we're going, that is terrific. We didn't sign up for that, and they're offering it. Why wouldn't we say yes? But It was a great gesture from the label. And with that being said, we're going, well, now we should have a physical release party. So, in that respect, pandemic hit. Everything kind of shut down. It was a great opportunity for the band, because we used it to create new music. I know a lot of people were affected differently, but we were opportunistic and created during that time. But then, moving forward, we set a date based on production and everything that needs to be done with the physical CD, as well as those parts of that industry that are opening back up. Some of the companies that did the production, I guess, kind of just shut down. And you saw it in other facets of entertainment, including Hollywood, and everything kind of just shut down. They weren't producing, they weren't filming, they weren't having concerts. we were part of that. We had a lot of shows lined up, some pretty heavy hitting shows that we were really excited about. That we had to go through, and they got pushed and pushed and pushed, and now some of them got pushed into 2022, and we're kind of like, well, we've made a lot of concessions here. We don't know if we'll be able to say that we're going to be available in July of 2022.
Right.
So, at that point there, we're like, we're going to fill our calendar, and if the opportunity is still there and we're not, elsewhere out of the state or maybe international, that, possibly we would do that. But anywho, I got off a little bit, but yeah, that was the reasoning behind the digital release and the physical CD.
Yeah.
It's just what our contract was, the timing, and the generosity of our record label believing in Angelshade and what, the music we were creating. So
yeah.
Well,
so I know when you release an album, even if you start out digitally, you're getting very excited about it. You're happy with your new album. Now, being that you're doing a release party with the physical album, do you feel this as a rehype, or is it that
I do.
Again?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it energizes the band, of course. We have a tangible item.
You can see it.
Yeah, it's tangible. It's in your hands. Here, this is for you. And whether and to have someone come back and say, sign it for me, that's always a blessing too. It revitalized the band in regards to the way we're promoting ourselves in the show as well. You can imagine you have this record release and you're on a little high, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Everything shuts down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I said, we took it for granted and decided to create, but were we affected by it? Yeah. How could we not? Everything we had planned kind of just came to a smashing halt.
Yeah.
So this CD release for us and the timing that's coming, where everything's kind of opening up, especially on the West Coast in California, where we've been affected by shutdowns, and there's a lot of talk that it may come again, that kind of thing. So we're excited. We're like, yeah, this is going to be a blast. We get to see a lot of people that we haven't seen, though. We've had a couple shows prior, but nothing to this extent. It's in a very, very great venue in downtown San Diego. Beautiful place.
Hope we get to see some footage from it.
We're going to try to get it all done. Logistically, it's been tough. I think Just Lives have been really busy lately. And as a matter of fact, Yolanda Johnson, our backup vocalist that you hear on a lot of the album, she'll be rolling in here pretty soon. She had a prior obligation, but she's the one that kind of took care of that. I've been between emails and the business side of the band and the management. Yeah. She wanted to contribute to that part of it, and she's the one that's all behind the show, organizing it, the promoters, and getting us in this particular venue. So we're super appreciative of her, not only being part of the band and what she offers, but willing to take that on as well. Yeah, I am, at least, because I only have I'm one guy, man. I only have so much time,
Well, you mentioned Yolanda. You care to share who the other members of the band are?
Of course, because we're all equal, and we're all just as important as the other, and this music fits us all. Yeah. So the guy that you hear singing, our front man, David Marshall, he's been a friend of mine for a long time, and actually I played in another band with him. He had a band prior to Angelshade that I used to play guitar for. Phenomenal voice, in my opinion. I've heard people say he kind of has that 90s voice, but it's just a soulful voice. I don't think he's trying to mimic a Lane Stanley or anything like that. Though he has the rasp in it, but when we have a lot of the songs, for instance, Television, where he's just putting it out there and he's owning it. He's feeling it, of course. He wrote the lyrics on that, so why shouldn't he? But I love the soulfulness of his voice, and that's kind of the feedback we get as well about Dave's voice. And that actually that would resonate from other band members of Angelshade right now, and the how would you say, and the people that make up Angelshade, a lot of them, as we decided to change a member here or there, specifically want to be a part of this because of Dave's vocals. So, you know, that's always nice to hear that you have that pulling people in, even musicians.
Right.
Then we have Yolanda Johnson that I just spoke about. She's our backing vocalist, lead backup vocal. We all sing backup vocals, but she kind of manages that if she doesn't want all us men over here to just go "Arr, arr," on the album. So she does a good job of keeping us in line.
Keep you in line.
Yeah. So, you know, she's great. You know, she was brought in actually during the recording of Conspiracy. We thought that it would be great to take these rock songs and add a little something more to them. And upon, you know, I talked to the band about that, and they're like, yeah, that sounds really cool. Let's do it. So I contacted Yolanda Johnston, and she agreed to come on in. And it was nothing more than we were going to have a backup vocalist to come in and do some vocals on the songs. And in having her in the studio and getting to know her more, because we all knew her, you know, but didn't know her as intimately as we do now. And getting to know the person she is, and the conviction and the commitment that she has to her craft, as well as just the band now in general. We presented an opportunity to her, said, you know, we really like you. You really gel well with us. What would you think about staying on? And I didn't expect the response that I got. I mean, you know, I thought she was going to say, oh, I appreciate it. You know, I'll think about it. It was, you know, basically, oh, I love to, you know. You know, she's a front person herself, you know, so it's got to be hard for a band to ask that type of character and, you know, personality to come and say, hey, we want you to come and actually take, not necessarily a backseat, but, you know, sing backup vocals for a band. And she just agreed and took it and owned it as well. So I'm grateful. Yeah, grateful for her. She has a stage presence that complements the rest of us, you know, and she's a power to be reckoned with on stage. I'll tell you that. Then we get into
somebody needs to write a song for her to, you know, for her, you know.
Why do you say that? I did.
Nice.
So, yeah. So
you got to show the appreciation, man. You know.
Yeah. I mean, she does have a phenomenal voice. It's very strong, very present, and you know. You guys will that's probably the next song we're going to be working on. As a matter of fact, she's front on it. It's a little different from normal Angelshade. It's going to tend to be a little more progressive and whatnot because of the lyric writing. I wrote the lyrics for that, and I kind of took it to another place. I mean, we're not going to compromise the sound, but the style of music will be a lot of probably time signature changes and whatnot, you know. It's not going to be the par for the course, but that's what's going to be on this song.
You talking about the part-time shrink?
Yeah, that's a single that we just sent to the label for release. So we got masters back 2 days ago, and we were in rehearsal here for the July 8th show. And we all sat down and listened to it. You know, we had a great mastering person named Mayor Applebaum up in Los Angeles, really well known in the community. You know, and that's what he does. He has a mastering studio. We hired a producer for this song. We wanted to say, well, Conspiracy was pretty cool, you know, but we can do something more. And with the music, you know, and so we brought a producer named Frank Torres as well, and he was just really hands-on, you know, suggestions here and there. It didn't really compromise what we were, you know, trying to accomplish in a song, because we wrote it and asked him to come in and say, okay, let's finesse this thing. And that's what happened. It wasn't written by the producer. We actually had put the song together and then brought a producer in to help us make it more of a marketable song, if you want. And damn if he didn't, man. I you know, I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Do we have a release date for it yet?
No. It just literally went into the label's hands yesterday evening.
But it will be appearing on July 8th, though.
We won't be playing it live.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that song is very intricate, and there's a lot of logistics that would have to be taking place to make that happen. A lot of orchestral movements. We actually brought violinists into studio for recording, so, beyond having all that behind us as we're playing in a backing track, which we prefer not to do at this particular moment. I mean, it just wouldn't translate the same. So if you were to hear the single and then see the song performed without all the, everything going on, it just,
vast difference.
That's my opinion. It still sounds good. But it's a great song, man. I've never sat back and go, I think all our songs are good, but this one just kind of blew us away as a band. Thinking, wow, look what we did here.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've done with this particular single, Part-Time Shrink, is it said, okay, well, now we've set a bar, and we're going to call this our low bar, because everything from here is only going to be better.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And when you guys hear this, you're going to go, how can you get better? Maybe, it might be how do you get better than this? Yeah, well, that's what the goal and what Angelshade's about, not staying stagnant. In regards to the rest of the band members, we got past our front people. Those are the people, that basically you see and hear. And now we're into musicians. So, I'll start off on stage left. So we have Joe Haynes, the rhythm guitarist, and he's been pretty much part of Angelshade from the start. I've known him for quite a while. He came in as a recommendation from the original drummer that we had, and very solid rhythm guitarist. We jokingly call him a jukebox as well, because the guy can just pull out any song and start playing. But in regards to Angelshade, he's just a rock back there. He's a big part of the writing process as well. He comes up with a lot of good riffs, a lot of good rhythms that we can incorporate into our songs. And not really much more to say about Joe, except that he's one of the guys that we all count on. Our bass player, his rig back there, if you see it, the Ampeg 810, Ted Staub. He came in roughly in 2018. And he came out of a metal band that actually Angelshade had played with in the past, shared the stage with, which is pretty neat. So there was a familiarity there within the scene. And he's a really good bassist. You got to kind of feel bad because you bring these members in and you're going in the studio to record music, but you're like, yeah, these are all songs we wrote. You got to learn them this way. You know what I mean? So the musician at that point is kind of just learning the songs. I'm playing it. He probably has ideas in his head. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. But the song has been heard, and you try to keep it somewhat to that level, Yeah. And I will say though, but in creating new music, we have pretty much a whole album's worth of music ready to go.
Wow.
And he's phenomenal to listen to, just the fills and the intricacies of some of the bass lines that are going in, especially, for rock music, what we do. I mean, we're not slap bassing and doing all this, but solid foundation. He's really good back there. We appreciate him a lot.
Bass
he's affectionately
love.
We treat everybody equally in this band. Nothing moves forward without, the band consensus and the band. There's Yolanda just showed up right here now, guys. We're going to have to do a headphone. I'm on a Bluetooth headphone, so if you want to speak to her, I'll have to change out. But let me quickly finish up the introductions real quick, and then we'll see if we can get Yolanda on here. Then comes our drummer, Marc de Jesus. Great guy, solid drummer. He's been in the scene for quite a while, played with some heavy hitters in San Diego and regional area. Toured, but we've like anything else, a lot bands go through members, and we've been through some drummers, but this guy's solid. We're really happy to have him on, and if he was here, he would tell you a really funny story and why he's in the band, you know, and it just kind of one of those things where everything fell into place. And we had an interim drummer because our drummer Davis West that we had prior to Marc, he did the stand-up thing, and he had some family back in Texas that were falling ill. It was his mother and stuff. And he said, guys, I need to take care of my family, and who are we to go? You know, no, yeah, of course you do. And so, you know, we found ourselves in a place where, okay, we have gigs, we have no drummer. So we do know we have friends in the scene. So we had a guy step up and fill in for him. He knew the music. He's come and jammed over here before, so it wasn't like out of his wheelhouse. And you know, but he had his other bands to deal with as well. So he reached out to Marc and basically said, hey, you know, there's this band, Angelshade, they're looking for a drummer. I think you would fit really good in there. Maybe you should talk to him. And at that point, Marc wasn't really familiar with us, but he was familiar with some of the venues we played. And he had, we all have a mutual friend in a venue owner over here named Chris Haynes at the Navajo Live. And Marc was the one there one night and was talking to Chris. And I don't know how it came up, but Chris was talking about our band and how much he loved the music and, you know, that we were just moving in the right direction. And it was shortly thereafter where Lewis had contacted Marc, and then it all kind of sank together. So Marc took that as kind of like a sign from the universe is going, this guy just told me about this band being great.
I'm in,
This guy's telling me this band needs a drummer. So he showed up and boom, here we are, you know. And you'll hear him on Part-Time Shrink. It's you know, he's doing what he does, and we really appreciate him for that. Then there's myself, you know, founder, and just kind of, I treat myself as any other member. You know, I don't see why I shouldn't be. I'm just a guitarist in this band, you know, lead guitarist in that respect. But, you know, I love what we do. I love the people that I do it with. I can't say anything much more than that, you know, I appreciate them, and they're my brothers and sister. In regards to the music, you know, we all take part in writing. I do some lyrics. Dave Marshall takes part in writing lyrics. Everybody puts their part in, but in regards to arrangements, it's kind of a group effort. We sit back, we pick it apart, reassemble it, disassemble it, reassemble it, you know, like you do with any song. And I just do what I do, guys, because I love it. The way I play, my style of playing is what I feel is right for the song, as opposed to, you know, I'm not implying that there are guitarists that do anything wrong or anything, but, you know, there's people that can play over a song and leads, you know, or, you know, I prefer, though I'm a lead guitarist, I'm not that lead guitarist that particularly wants to be, hey, I'm the lead, you know. Yes. I want everything I do, I want to fit, and not someone go, you know, I appreciate if they say that sounds great. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the compliment, but if it didn't work for the song, or you know, I'm doing something in the guitar, lead guitars, that it is just kind of way out there, it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't do anything for the song.
No, we were talking about that today. We were saying how a lot of times less is more, you know?
Yeah, and that does hold true, and especially with a 6-member band and 2 guitarists. You know, you've got to let the opportunity for the rhythm guitarists to be in there, be heard, and hold that, you know, foundation of the rhythm together, you know, along with the bass player and the drum player. So I do what I do, and I just appreciate, you know, that the feedback I get. People seem to like it, so I guess I'm doing it right.
Well, everything we've heard from you guys, man, this new album's gonna be, I mean, you know, it's gonna be killer. It's the songs are great. You know, the whole album's good. You
guys, not to interrupt the interview, but I'm gonna try to take these headphones off for a second, see if we can hear. I know we had a volume issue. I don't know if you want to pause this.
We can pause it and come back in a few seconds. We'll be right back. There you have it, folks. Part 1 of the interview with Brad Hanna. We're going to continue here in the meantime with some more songs before we go back to part 2. Here is Spy.
A spy in the sky.
There's another great song from the new album with Angelshade, Conspiracy. You can visit these guys online on Facebook at facebook.com/angelshademusic. Or you can go to their website at angelshade.net. If you want these guys to play in your area, feel free to send them an email. Send an email to info@angelshade.net and tell them where you want them to be. Here is my favorite of this album, and I believe it's Marc's as well. Here is Guns and Thunder.
Hear the guns sound like thunder, and the lightning makes you wonder. On a highway where you find me, and then I'll ride you to the ground. On the freeway, it's a speedway. If you catch me, you can ride me, and you'll know it when you feel it. And then we'll burn this mother down. I said, hey, hey, ride on, little sister, yeah. You can ride me to the ground. Hey, hey, ride on, little sister, yeah. And then we'll burn this mother down to the ground. Yeah, the guns sound like thunder, and the nightmare pulls you under. On a highway, you can find me, and you can ride me to the ground. On a highway, riding faster, be my slave or my master, wrapped in leather, eagle feathers, and then we'll burn this mother down. I said, hey, yeah, yeah. Ride on, little sister, yeah. You can ride me to the ground. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ride on, little sister, yeah. And then we'll burn this mother down to the ground. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ride on, little sister, yeah. You can ride me to the ground. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ride on, little sister, yeah. And then we'll burn this mother down to the ground.
And you are listening to a special edition with Angelshade and their new album Conspiracy. On July 8th at the Music Box in San Diego, California, they're gonna have a release party. Joining them on stage this night is Sled, Big Tooth Comb, and Mindcell. Do not miss, do not miss. We're gonna go on with the show. Here's the next track. Here's the New American Dream.
There you were, waiting on the next thing. Did not know where to turn or to trust. Found yourself facing new realities. No place to go. No one to go there with you, and they call this the New American Dream. Well, it's called the New American Dream. The path for you, the long road turned on itself. Now you find yourself clawing your way there. They call this the New American Dream. Well, it's called the New American Dream. Long time away with no real answers, undervalued and no use. And they call this the New American Dream. Well, it's called the New American Dream. And they call this the New American Dream. Well, it's called the New American Dream. In education, it calls down you a future, but you gladly pay it, for it's your way out. And they call this the New American Dream. Well, it's called the New American Dream. And they call this the New American Dream. Yeah, it's called the New American Dream.
Another great track from Angelshade's new album Conspiracy. And the list of good tracks just go on and on. Here they are again with Cavefish.
Cavefish, they scream for darkness. Whitefish, they pray at night. Death wish inside Metropolis. Don't switch sanity for pride tonight. All right. Segregation, immigration myth. A split nation. Oh, with no way home.
Well, it's time for us to take a little break from the album and go back to our second part of the interview that me and Mark Nicholson did with Brad Hanna. Are you ready? So we are back with Mr. Brad Hanna from Angelshade.
Yes, and then we're joined by
Yolanda Johnson.
Yolanda Johnson.
Good to have you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So Angelshade starting 2009 as a project. How long did it take you till you realize this is more than a project?
You know, once I solidified a solid group and had all the members in place, Angelshade started doing what it needed to do, and you know, the popularity started growing. So there was a time. I will be frank about the way Angelshade came about. It wasn't the music we're playing now wasn't the original intent. This was before, you know, any of this. When I was sitting in my studio and just head back thinking of a band name because I had left the other band, and you know, Angelshade popped in my mind. It was just weird. It kind of dropped from the sky into my head, and that's what I decided to do. And it prompted me to create a logo and whatnot. And then I kind of put the feelers out and acquired some musicians, and just didn't go the way I originally wanted it to. So, you know, with that being said, I always loved Dave Marshall's voice. So I reached out to him, you know, said, hey, I got this thing going on. So he came in. Then shortly after, you know, Joe Haynes is in as our rhythm guitarist, and it all kind of just started. So it was a couple years of kind of writing and seeing where we wanted to go and establishing a sound. So I would say about 2013 is when we really started getting noticed in the local area. And, you know, we had some really good shows. We started doing some direct support shows for major headliners, as well, you know, as some guitar virtuosos that came through town. Sold out some pretty nice sized venues in San Diego. And then, you know, it kind of just pulled back a little bit, and it gave us an opportunity to kind of look at everything. And like any band, there's ebbs and flows, especially over the time that Angelshade's been around, and, you know, members come and go. And it just took a while to get, it was about 2016, I think. Yeah, that's probably right, where it just got super serious. Mm-hmm. And the music writing got serious, and the members that were in the band had total commitment and were serious about writing what we're writing, what you hear on the album. Yeah. And at that point, I knew that, you know, I felt there was something there, and I think everybody else did too, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of, you know, speaking to you guys before, I kind of told you how we were kind of, you know, the music's there. Do we want to go, and do we want to do it ourselves? Do we want to get onto a label? And kind of hashed it back and forth, and realized, oh, you know what? We have something here. Yeah. Why not go out and try to look for the support we need, and put a demo together of the few songs and see if what other people think in the industry, if Angelshade's worth the investment. And thank goodness people did.
Yeah.
Quite a few. And from studios that in New York, Los Angeles, and Atlanta, I mean, with multiple locations calling us, wanting to work with us on an album, not a record contract, but hearing what we had and said, that sound is great. We want to sit you down with a table of producers. We want to do this and do that. Of course, we're at that point a DIY and indie band at that point. And, when they go, oh yeah, we'll cut the cost for you for $100,000, you're kind of going, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. I just
pocket
don't
change,
have that,
Yeah.
But, eventually, we found a home in Rock Avenue Records USA. They took us in. They believe in us. They, to this day, we talk quite a bit, and they just still talk fondly of us and the music, and are really excited about the new single coming out as well.
Yeah.
So I can say the current band, as it stands, the 6 members, is Angelshade.
Yeah.
That it is the band. I think everybody, I really hope everybody found their home and really wants to make it a forever thing, because we can do some great things, and we are doing them.
So I got to turn to the lady here. How's it feel to be working with all these boys?
I love it. They're my brothers.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so wonderful. It's a family. It's more than just the music. It's there's a lot of love and a lot of just feel, like what you feel when you see us play is like, that's because we're family.
That's real.
What you see is what you get. Yeah.
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 Well, he was telling us you came into the band a couple years ago.
Just almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he told us you were surprised when I asked you to stay on. Was that is that an understatement or?
Well, yeah, because I mean, we have such an amazing music community here, and we all kind of know each other, or we've seen each other, heard about each other, and so I knew Angelshade just being in the scene, and I would come out and support. And so I was actually at Balboa Park with my boyfriend. We were just having a date night, and out of the blue, I get a text from my friend Kay, who is Ted Staub. He's the bass player. Mm-hmm. It's his girlfriend. And she said, how would you like to sing on an album with Angelshade? And I said, heck yeah. When and where? So I had like maybe 2 weeks to kind of, trailblaze backing vocals, and this was during the Thanksgiving season, and then we went in December and we, cut the album, and then we played a couple of shows after that, and then they said, how would you feel about being a member? And I said, oh my God, are you kidding me? I would love that.
That's awesome.
Like, I'm so honored. Yeah.
We were as well. I mean, so, we don't make very rash decisions in this band.
Uh-huh.
And when we do take on a new member, it's got to be the right person. And we found that in Yolanda. She's the right person.
That's awesome.
So, anybody can hire a gun, get a hired gun in there, and they can play the part, get by on a rehearsal or a recording or on stage. But to find that person that just fills the hole that was there in Angelshade, that we determined that we needed to bring in that person into the studio to fill. As a matter of fact, she's the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
The proof is in the pudding for sure. because that record is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Let's talk about touring. I mean, y'all have any tours? Y'all stay local? What's on the agenda?
Well, right now, we have our CD release party that's happening at the Music Talks on July 8th, which is phenomenal to come back after COVID to a larger stage and, come out with all guns blazing. Here we are, we're back.
Guns and Thunder.
Yeah, right. Guns and Thunder.
Guns and Thunder.
Yes, I love that song so much.
That's awesome. That's one of our favorites.
Oh, mine too. And we get to play with the lineup of our friends that we love, and it's just that's what's immediately on the agenda.
Yeah, in regards to tours, and we do work with booking agents.
Oh.
And in saying that, they're constantly out there. We have some festival opportunities coming up that we hope to see come to fruition here pretty quickly. We do have an opportunity for a tour outside of what the label sets up, and we're just waiting to hear back from that. Last time we had communication, it looked really good.
I guess what Marc is asking is if you're planning just to play gigs in the surrounding area, or if you're open to go overseas as well.
Or even state, different states, or
Oh no, nationwide is not out of the question at all. As a matter of fact, it's preferred.
Yeah.
Of course we're in our infancy in regards to this record release and everything. And coming out of a COVID pandemic. So we're trying to, July 8th is like, boom, we're ready to go. And after that, then as the opportunities arrive and booking agents do what they need to do. And, we've already discussed Vegas, Arizona, Colorado, going, I think there's Washington State. There's an opportunity that the band will have possibly in October I believe where did I say it was? Oklahoma, I think, or somewhere in that area.
Is that Oklahoma?
No, I wish.
Right?
Yeah, we were a little late on that. No, it's I think LR Festival or something. I respect. I don't know the exact name of it, but there's something going on out there that we will probably be involved with. Awesome. So to answer your question, yes, the band is going to move. We're not planning to be a local band at all. That's not the intent of Angelshade. And
a lot of bands, big and small, always, when they get the opportunity to travel, they always bypass New Orleans for some reason. So, give us a little love when y'all come.
I love that place.
Of course.
I was just there last year, and I was thinking.
I mean, we're 40 minutes from New Orleans, so it's that's the next town over for us. So we'd love to see you guys, perform live.
Yeah.
So it's
if
you ever get out this way, just we'll be looking for you.
See, that's the dream with the local stage worldwide, that we one day can have our own festival with all these local bands and invite them from all over the world,
Yeah.
That would be a dream come true.
I know
would be nice.
I know we have Jazz Fest down here, but if we can do a local stage worldwide festival, just to even just remotely rival them, I think we'll be happy, So.
As I sometimes when I get answer fan mail on the email at the angelshade.net email, and we have requests, when are you coming out to Florida? When are you coming out to, I always say, it's in the plans. We'd like to. I can't tell you when. But I will say, and because people will be watching this as well, if you want us to come to your town and you like what you hear, get a hold of us. Yeah. Get a hold of our label and say, hey, how come these guys haven't come to my town yet? You
better be careful what you wish for, man.
Both ways.
You better be careful what you wish for.
We want you to have us there too.
Then Brad be like, why the heck we got 10 dates in New Orleans on the same day?
Bam.
A little ibuprofen, these things will keep going.
Yeah.
No, we for some reason, like I said, even the big bands and the small bands just bypass New Orleans. I don't know what New Orleans is a major music city, and it's just
it is, yeah.
It really is.
And it's,
like you said, though, I mean, when you think New Orleans, you associate it with jazz, though,
Oh yeah.
Hence the Jazz Fest. I like I said, I was just there recently, and I saw some phenomenal rock bands, in the local scene. I'm an East Coast boy. I'm not a California native. I'm actually from Florida, so you guys were relatively close to me. So I was frequenting a lot.
Yeah,
you guys have a great music scene in New
I was born not far from San Diego, right there. It's just my dad was in the Air Force. I was born in El Cajon, and yeah, but I only lived there 6 weeks, and I moved to New Orleans. So I don't claim California as as my my home. But I have yet to be back over there. So maybe one day I get over there and see.
Well,
hopefully
we'll give you a reason.
See you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and over in Sweden, when I grew up in the 80s, there was nothing more than metal. Heavy metal, that was it. And we were out in the countryside, about 4 hours from Stockholm. So everything took place in Stockholm. But even though it was 2 feet of snow and 60 below, we were on our way.
You had something to look forward to, I guess.
Oh, God, yeah.
So you gotta wear all that leather.
Yeah.
Well, again, the album is phenomenal. We enjoy it.
Thank you.
Didn't hear anything we didn't like. A couple of them stood out a little higher than the rest of them, but
Guns and Thunder.
Yeah,
they said that
for sure.
Something I did wanted to ask you, though, I know social media is very important as far as promotion goes for a band, and especially a new album.
Sure.
Is there any of these platforms that you feel have been better for the band than the rest? Or?
I'd say some of the band focused platforms, like a Reverb Nation, for instance, which is more social media but focused for music, has been very good for us in respects to some of the early promoting of our band. And getting music out there and getting press kits, prior to evolving into a larger entity, which we are now, where our EBKs are within our websites, and but that was instrumental in getting Angelshade out there and heard, as well as Facebook. Now, as everybody knows, recently a lot of the social media platforms are kind of evolved, and policies change, and the way they market, allow people to market. Angelshade is a business entity on Facebook, but you still have to go through the rigmarole of algorithms. So
I find Spotify is good as far as getting people to listen to the band, but it's a slap in the face to the band as far as the payment goes.
Yeah, Spotify is not kind to the artist.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think every musician has their opinions about that. You don't. In some ways, it's great. The exposure is great. We get playlisted. It's what we need to on Spotify. But like you said, it doesn't. It's almost like the independent musician or whomever is just kind of getting used in that respect. I don't mean to be negative about it, because I love the platform.
Yeah.
And I listen to it myself. Yeah. But when you look at it on a business side, for an independent band, it may not just be the greatest platform. We do have our profile there, verified profile. We do have our music up, and we'll continue to put our music up. And we appreciate all the people that listen to our music and playlist us. For sure. But in regards to payment, it's a little less to be desired.
We do a Spotify local stage playlist. We update a lot, and I think this album.
Yeah, every band on local stage worldwide is on the playlist.
So we kind of help out with that aspect, where come to us and listen to everybody's music. So that way it doesn't really affect you guys. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, we kind of the middleman where y'all don't get ripped off by it, but they can still hear your music through us, you know. So
and you know, that's a big part of it. I mean, we want you to listen to our music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly, we don't do this for the money. You know, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it, right? Because local music, independent bands don't make that money, and we do it for the love of the music and the love of each other. And you know, 6 people sitting around and creating and being able to share our story with people like you and your people that listen to your show and other shows around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Spotify has their issues with whatever, but that's you know, that's neither here nor there in regards to exposure of the band.
Well, there's so many other platforms, you know, besides that.
We use Twitter, very active on Twitter, very active on Reddit, very active on TikTok. We have used platforms in Japan. There's one that they use specifically out there called Line. We have platforms down in South America, which would be Bizbat, whereas kind of caters to the Latin American and Central America down there. And the band's, you know, is getting pretty good response out of that, you know, from people liking what we do.
Yeah.
You know, it gets spread thin as, you know, a person that handles the media, you know, it's work.
No doubt.
You know, but I'm happy to do it if people like it, you know.
Just our little program, and I feel bad for Pete because
I mean, I pretty much run the show by myself, except for when Marc come over and help with the TV show, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm running Facebook, I'm running the website. We got Spotify, we got Twitter, we got Instagram. I do the video editing, I do the radio editing. It's a lot, you know.
Yeah, I feel bad. I spend most of my time in Facebook jail, and I apologize to Pete for it. Because I said, Pete, I promise I'm going to keep my mouth shut, you know, and just worry about the music. I'm just gonna help you out. So hopefully I can take some of that load off of him.
But just like you said, we doing this for free, and it is from the bottom of our hearts for the love of music.
Yes,
know?
it is.
I got to tell you that the response you get from the bands when they know that you are for real and you're doing this promotion for them for free is just unreal.
Yeah, it's a different.
Oh, this was for free?
Yeah, we don't. We don't charge.
No, we're not charging you to do this.
No, but it's a totally different story, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a you know, it's a game changer when we tell them, look, we do this. It's not going to cost you anything but a little bit of time. You know, help us help you. You know, and that's pretty much our message. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and like I can't. I'm going to speak for us. You know, and I think a lot of independent bands out there will feel the same way. You know, that there's a lot of people that want to offer you something, but they want a couple $100 to do it. And what you're doing here and giving us this opportunity, we are so appreciative. We're so grateful. Yeah. And, you know, in the future, if there's any way we can reciprocate, we definitely will, whether it's, you know, we'll push your show, of course. But, it's tough, man. You want to make money with your music, but everybody wants money to promote your music. I mean, even in the venues, I can't attest for the rest of the United States, but California has become this, if you would, cliche pay to play type of environment. Mm-hmm. So, you know, at what point does, you know, we're the talent, we're creating the music that we're providing in your venue. Mm-hmm. You know, how does that work? You know, and that's where, you know, as Angelshade, we're trying to step up and above that. Mm-hmm. Let us be in demand, you know. That's what ultimately, and as well as all our, you know, great musicians and bands that we associate with in the San Diego, Los Angeles, and regional music scenes. You know, there's a lot, you know, for you guys out there listening to this show with Pete, there is a lot of great music out there, and you know, some of them may not have the means to get the exposure they want. They may not have the monetary means to do it. You know, fortunately, Angelshade does have some liquidity, and we can do things, you know, to help our career along. But a lot of guys don't. And unless you go out there and look for that music and listen to it,
it's not going to get heard. And you have a lot of cover and tribute bands.
Oh yeah.
You got to cover something new.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah.
Between Pete and I,
review an Angelshade,
the pages we belong to, I think we have an accumulative of over 2 million followers on all these pages that we
where we do the promotion and post,
and we post to all of these groups. So we're reaching 2 million plus people. So hopefully, in
all reality, the big thought was to help this little guy, the little band who's still in dad's garage practicing. Instead for them to pay $1,000 for promotion, let us take care of that for you. Spend that $1,000 in the studio instead and record your stuff and get to the next level,
Yeah.
But like you said, when I first started this, I was thinking this is going to be a band sounding like myself in the 80s, which wasn't the greatest. I was thinking garage bands. But what we didn't know was that these garage bands now sounds like Motley Crue and Metallica, all of them. I mean, we got 400 bands on local stage today, and I kid you not, there is not one band I don't love.
Right.
I mean, they are
phenomenal.
all brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, the band's getting bigger and bigger. We just got Tigers of Pantang on a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is all through the labels that we're working with. We're working with Mighty Music over in Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one who's working with Tigers of Pantang. We got the founder of White Lion.
Oh, wow.
He's on local stage as well.
Quiet Riot's manager reached out to us to put something together. We're still waiting to hear from those guys, So
nice.
It's we're starting to attract some bigger names,
Yeah.
We did a show with those guys back in 2016.
Yeah.
I think it was 2000. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's just
fun.
We're moving, we're moving and we're moving as fast as we can.
Then again, you're thinking about the name local stage worldwide. Where do you draw the line for local, But
right.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to go on and open the doors wide open, but then again, you got the smaller bands, and I don't know if it's intimidating to them, that there's bigger bands. I don't know.
No, everybody has to have an opening act, is what I say.
Yeah.
It's just so.
But it's all working together,
exciting.
It's all working together, like she said, the family,
Yeah.
And I mean, what can be better than having a big brother who show you how things are done,
As I say, and
Right.
everybody needs an opening act. So if we can get just one or two, of these smaller bands to get noticed by someone,
Yeah.
to say, hey, why don't you come and play, a local gig for us? And our work is done once that happens, So
Yeah.
That's
what
amazing.
we're about.
Yeah.
So, well,
Moral of the story: go play Louisiana,
yeah.
New Orleans.
Absolutely.
Make these guys happy.
Yeah.
Hey, we're happy. Just keep putting out good music, man. We'll just,
Oh yeah, it's only getting better, guys.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Well, great talk to you guys.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. Best of luck with the show on the 8th.
Thank you.
I wish we could be there. Well, we will be there spiritually, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll appreciate you for
Good.
sure.
For sure.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all very much, and best of luck to y'all.
Yes.
Thank you, you too.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Rock on, man.
Rock on.
There you have it, folks. Part 2 of the interview me and Marc Nicholson did with Brad Hanna and Yolanda Johnson. Well, we are here today to play the new album with Angelshade called Conspiracy. They will have a release party on July 8th at the Music Box in San Diego, California. They'll be joined on stage by Sled, Big Tooth Comb, and Mindcell. Do not miss. This will be a party of a lifetime. Here is Chrome Black Soul.
for 40 days and the nights were full of rain. Now I'm staring at the end of my rope, fixing to hang. A chrome black soul paying the toll for faking control. I'm braving the cold. You're walking bag of bones. The rage, it kept me caged like a wounded animal. But I refrain from the pain and I maintain control. A chrome black soul paying the toll for faking control. I'm braving the cold. You're walking bag of bones. Oh, yeah. When I was a lad, well, I remember my day here, walking red sand with a gentleman. And now I'm a dad, I'm raising my lads in the valley of the shadow man. A chrome black soul paying the toll for faking control. I'm braving the cold. You're walking bag of bones.
Yet another good track from the new album with Angelshade, Conspiracy. We got 2 more tracks for you today in this special edition with Angelshade. Next track, here is The Odyssey.
Seven sailors seeking sirens to sow the sacred road. Seven sailors seeking sirens to show the way to go. Seven sailors seeking sirens to show the secret road. Seven sailors seeking sirens to show you the way home. Now sleep in the day, the ocean of your eyes. Sleep in the day, the ocean of your life. Seven sailors seeking sirens. I need a lover to waste my time with. I'm just a sailor looking for a siren to sing me to sleep. Hey, yeah. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on.
The Odyssey, everybody. Well, this show has come to an end. And I want to say thank you to Brad. Thank you to Yolanda for letting us do the interview. And of course, a big thank you to Angelshade for being part of Local Stage Worldwide and also for creating such a great album. We're going to finish the show with the last track of the album. And with that, I said thank you. Here is Billy Liar.